Plateau State Governor Simon Lalong is about now paying a working and condolence visit to the areas that have been affected by last week's terror attack in the state. The governor is now at the palace of the Emir of Kanam and His Royal Highness HRH Muhammadu Muazu Muhammadu. HRH Correspondent Mary Chinda is on the governor's entourage and now joins us for an update on the situation. Thank you for joining us, Mary. This is such a very uncomfortable and sad situation. Can you give us an update about what is going on ground where you are right now?
Well, very few things could be as sad as what has gone down in this local government area, Kanam local government area of Plateau State. Just as you're watching that report, that is the true picture of what is going on here. Residents are still living in fear. Over 100 houses burned, women rendered widows suddenly from last Sunday's attack, and then they're trying to, pick up the pieces of what's left of the ruins that this bandit had actually caused them. That's away from the pain and, of course, the emotional distraught and, of course, the devastation. Early this morning at about 11 a.m., the governor visited this palace. He's just a few minutes ago, he actually had to, begin to look at the other places and meet the people, so he just left the palace just a few minutes ago. But of course, I have the Emir of Kanam, Muhammadu Muazu Muhammadu, too, who's actually going to join in a bit and to give us live updates of the feel, the pulse of the people, even as the governor is visiting this local government area today. I'm just being joined now live by the Emir. Good afternoon, sir. Okay, so can you give us an update, a feel of what your people have been through in the last few days from this devastation that has gone down in Kukawa and other villages in this local government area?
Indeed, Alhamdulillah, as of yesterday and day before yesterday, I visited the various villages of Kukawa, Dungur, and Gyambau, and I also culminated in visiting the Garga people. I have spoken to them, and they have started coming back to their various homes that have been destroyed and start to pick one, two things, and life start and continue. But the fear has been there, and it will continue to be there for quite a while. As a result of, the local government have never witnessed such an attack or event of violent attack like this. This is the first in the history of the people of Kanam. And indeed, when people don't understand the happenings and don't know things are coming their way like this way, they have so much thoughts and so much to continue to think about. But as far as I'm concerned, now they've started going back to their various homes, and some are at the hospitals receiving treatment.
So one of the questions that anybody would ask is, what was behind these attacks? Is there a reason? I mean, we had heard from the grapevine that it was some sort of reprisal attacks because members of the community, the vigilante in the community, had actually given information to the law enforcement agencies that led to the arrest of some of the leaders of these bandits. But what exactly was the cause of this attack?
Indeed, you see, we don't know. The security do have their own ways of investigation. But we as traditional rulers and leaders of the community, for quite a long time, there have been issues between the vigilante and the Fulani settlement for quite a small time. There were agitation among the vigilante were questions, and among the Fulani collections there are questions. So these particular ones lead to some few weeks ago the killing of about 7 of the so-called Fulanis that have been identified as criminals. And after that, they mentioned that they will come for payback.
So are we right to say this was a reprisal attack after all?
Yeah, indeed, since about 7 of the Fulanis criminals been identified by the vigilante, were killed, then definitely with this ugly attack, we think is a reprisal attack.
Thank you so much, His Royal Highness Emir Muhammadu Muazu Muhammadu. This is just what the situation is. It's you've just heard it from the horse's mouth. It seems most likely like a reprisal attack. From all of the information that the Rise TV had gotten, we had held back from saying categorically that it was a reprisal attack because we were still expecting that information from the police commissioner and the PRO of the police who we had tried to reach earlier as soon as we got into Plateau State, but we've not had the fortune of having them get in touch with us. We'll be following up with the visit of the governor to this community, to this local government area. We understand that the next port of call that the governor is going to be visiting upon leaving this palace is Wase community. So we'll be bringing you up to speed of what's going down here. But basically, the people are just trying to pick up the pieces of what's left from the deaths and, of course, the devastations that they've had to be exposed to since Sunday.
Our Correspondent Mary Chinda, thank you so much for reporting on this great tragedy.